My dear listener, let me tell you something gently yet truthfully. The world will pull you in 1,000 directions, but only one path truly belongs to you. The path where your soul meets your strength. The path where you learn to stay positive and focus on yourself. You see, people may doubt you, life may test you, storms may try to wash your spirit away. But listen closely, you are not here to shrink, you are here to rise. When the world gets loud, come back to your own heartbeat. When people try to disturb your peace, hold it even tighter. When life gets heavy, whisper to yourself the oldest truth in the universe, I still rise. You rise because your story is bigger than your struggles. You rise because your future is brighter than your fears. You rise because the light inside you refuses to die, no matter who tries to dim it. Stay positive, not because life is easy, but because you are powerful. Focus on yourself, not because you are selfish, but because your growth deserves your attention. There is beauty in choosing yourself. There is courage in healing quietly. There is wisdom in walking away from anything that steals your joy. So walk tall, walk gracefully, walk like the world needs your footsteps, because it does. And remember, the moment you focus on yourself, your entire life changes. The moment you stay positive, you become unstoppable. The moment you believe in your own worth, the universe shifts in your favor. You are more capable than you know, more magical than you imagine, and more deserving than you've ever been told. Stay positive, focus on yourself, and watch your life bloom in ways you never dreamed. Rise above every doubt, every wound, every whisper against you, because you are meant to rise. Life will test you in ways you never imagined, and sometimes the weight of those tests feels impossible to carry. But there comes a moment in every person's life where they must look at the world, look at their pain, look at their fear, and say, you may push me, you may bend me, but you will not break me. Because deep inside you is a spirit that was never designed to stay on the ground. You were built to rise. Think about the mornings when you woke up feeling empty but still pulled yourself out of bed. The days you smiled even though your heart was aching. The moments you kept walking when life tried to trap you in place. Those small acts, those quiet victories, are proof that rising is already in your nature. You don't need permission to rise. You don't need applause to rise. You rise because something sacred within you refuses to quit. People will doubt you. They always do. They doubted you when you first tried something new. They doubted you when you chose a different path, when you dared to dream bigger than they expected, when you refused to settle for what they believed you deserved. But doubt from others is not a measure of your ability. It's a reflection of their limitations. A woman once said, if they can't see it, that doesn't mean you can't achieve it. And she was right. Some people will never understand your vision because it was never given to them. It was given to you. Look at your own life when you first tried to learn something difficult. Maybe driving, maybe starting a business, maybe healing from heartbreak. Remember how shaky you felt at the beginning? Your hands trembled, your voice wavered, your confidence cracked. Yet with every attempt, every small improvement, every tiny step forward, you rose a little. The people who laughed at your early mistakes, they stopped laughing when you began mastering what once scared you. Rising silence is louder than explanations. And what about your wounds, the pain you never talk about, the betrayal that cut deeper than you admit, the disappointment that changed you, the heartbreak that made you question your worth? These wounds didn't come to define you, they came to strengthen you. Think of a tree during a storm. The wind may bend it, but the roots dig deeper. Every painful moment in your life strengthened your roots. Every hurt sharpened your wisdom. Every tear watered your growth. Someone once whispered, your scars are proof that you fought for your life and won. And indeed, you did. Sometimes the wound is losing someone you trusted. Sometimes it's being undervalued. Sometimes it's hearing words that break your spirit. But every wound carries a lesson. You rise when you take that lesson and turn it into power. You rise when you say, this pain will not end me, it will teach me. You rise when you realize that you cannot control what people do to you, but you can always control how you choose to heal from it. And then there are the whispers. Oh, the whispers. The quiet judgments behind your back, the gossip, the fake smiles, the subtle envy, the people who pretend to support you but secretly hope you fail. Understand this. Whispers cannot shake a soul that knows its worth. Let them talk. Let them guess. Let them create their little stories. Your life is bigger than their noise. A diamond does not stop shining because someone whispers it's just a stone. It shines because that is what it was created to do, and you, no matter what anyone says, were created to shine. Every time someone whispers that you can't, rise and show that you can. Every time someone whispers that you're not enough, rise and prove that you are more than enough. Every time someone whispers that you will fail, rise so high that failure cannot follow you. Your rise is your answer. Your rise is your reaction. Your rise is your revenge. Not on people, but on every doubt that ever tried to limit you. Consider the struggles you see around you every day. The single mother who works 3 jobs but still finds time to love her children. The student who studies in the dark because electricity went out but refuses to stop dreaming. The man who failed in business twice but tries again because he knows success is waiting at the next step. These are not just people, they are warriors. They rise not because life is easy, but because they refuse to stay down. And you too carry that power. You may have fallen, you may have been wounded, you may have heard whispers that tried to break your confidence, but the fact that you are still here, still breathing, still fighting means you are already rising. You rise by believing in the unseen version of yourself. You rise by trusting that your story is still unfolding. You rise by knowing that greatness often grows in silence before the world sees it. Rise above the doubt, rise above the wounds, rise above the whispers, because your rise is the beginning of everything powerful that is coming. Protect your peace fiercely. It is the sanctuary of your soul. In a world that constantly tries to pull you, push you, drain you, distract you, and sometimes even break you, peace is not just a luxury. Peace is your lifeline. Peace is the quiet place inside you that refuses to be shaken. Peace is the part of you that whispers, breathe, you're still in control. And that part of you must be protected with courage, clarity, and unwavering intention. Because when you lose everything else, if you can still protect your peace, you can rebuild your life from scratch. Peace is not found in perfect situations. It is created in imperfect moments. Think about your daily life. The morning when you wake up and before you even open your eyes, your phone is buzzing with notifications, messages, problems, reminders, demands. You haven't even taken your first breath of the day, and already the world wants a piece of you. But peace says, pause. Start with yourself. Peace is the moment you silence the noise before it enters your mind. Peace is the choice to begin your day with gratitude instead of chaos. And that choice, small as it seems, can change the entire direction of your life. Consider the people around you. Some will bring comfort, some will bring confusion, some will bring chaos disguised as love, and some will drain the energy you desperately need to grow. Protecting your peace means learning to recognize these differences without guilt. You cannot save everyone, you cannot heal everyone, you cannot carry everyone, and you are not meant to. Peace teaches you boundaries, and boundaries teach you love, real love, not the kind that ruins you. There are people who will call you selfish when you choose yourself. Let them talk. The truth is, choosing yourself is the most sacred act of self-respect. When you say no to the things that disturb your peace, you are saying yes to your strength. When you walk away from toxic conversations, toxic environments, toxic relationships, you are walking toward a life that reflects your worth. Peace is not found in trying to please everyone. Peace is found in honoring the voice within you that says, I deserve better. Look at your everyday experiences. Imagine you're at work and someone speaks to you with disrespect. Your old self might react instantly, defending, arguing, proving a point. But your peaceful self smiles calmly and chooses not to let another person's chaos become your emotional burden. That is not weakness, that is mastery. A wise person once said, not every action deserves a reaction. And when you learn to hold your reaction, you discover how powerful you truly are. Think about friendships. You may have a friend who always comes to you when they need something, but disappears when you're the one hurting. You may have someone who fills your mind with complaints, negativity, or drama every time they speak. And for years, you might have tolerated it because you didn't want to lose them. But protecting your peace means understanding this truth. Whoever costs you your peace is too expensive to keep. Peace is choosing your mental health over forced loyalty. Peace is choosing silent distance over loud arguments. Peace is choosing to love people from afar when their presence hurts your spirit. That doesn't make you unkind, it makes you wise. Consider the evenings when you come home from a long day. The world has taken enough from you. Your energy, your patience, your strength. You walk into your room dimmed, quiet surrounding you. And for a moment, it feels like the world finally pauses. That stillness, that silence, that warm feeling that spreads through your chest, that is peace. And once you taste it, once you truly understand its value, you will never allow anyone to disturb it again. Protecting your peace also means protecting your mind. Think of how often you scroll through social media, comparing your life to others, feeling inadequate, feeling late, feeling behind. Peace reminds you that your journey is not a race. Peace whispers you are exactly where you need to be. Peace teaches you that comparison is a thief, stealing joy, stealing gratitude, stealing contentment. Protect your mind from the illusions that tell you you're not enough. Peace also lives in the choices you make daily. Choosing to take a walk instead of arguing. Choosing to listen to your heartbeat instead of other people's opinions. Choosing to pause instead of panic. Choosing to breathe instead of break. Peace is in the smallest habits, like drinking water slowly, cleaning your environment, listening to music that heals you, writing your thoughts down, or sitting in silence even for 5 minutes. These small acts build a fortress around your soul. There will be moments when life becomes overwhelming. Bills, responsibilities, heartbreaks, disappointments, betrayals, they come like storms, uninvited and unapologetic. But peace is not the absence of the storm. Peace is the decision to remain steady in the middle of it. Think of the person who loses their job but refuses to lose hope. The mother raising children alone but still finds joy in their laughter. The student failing a subject but refusing to stop believing in their dream. These people protect their peace by refusing to allow temporary moments to define permanent identity. Peace is your power. Peace is your clarity. Peace is why. Our home. And when you guard it like a treasure, you become untouchable, not because life won't challenge you, but because nothing can enter your spirit without your permission. Choose yourself even when others forget your worth. Because there will come a time, maybe it has already come, when you will realize that not everyone who smiles at you sees your value, and not everyone you give your heart to knows how to hold it. Some people will take your kindness as weakness. Some will take your availability as obligation. Some will take your loyalty as something they're entitled to. But you must take your power back by choosing yourself first, especially when the world tries to make you forget how precious you truly are. There are moments in life where you give and give and give, believing that the more you pour into others, the more they will appreciate you. You stay up late comforting them, you sacrifice your own needs to help them, you show up when they call even if your own heart is tired, but then one day you look around and realize that the people you keep choosing don't choose you back. And that hurts. It burns in a place inside you that words can't reach, but it also awakens a truth. Your value cannot be measured by the attention other people give you. Your worth is not up for negotiation. Your worth is not determined by who stays, who leaves, who notices, or who ignores. Your worth simply is. Think about a time when you achieved something. Maybe you passed an exam you thought you'd fail. Maybe you completed a project alone. Maybe you finally healed from a heartbreak that almost destroyed you. You looked around hoping someone would say, "I'm proud of you." But the room stayed silent and you realized you must be the one to acknowledge your own growth. Choosing yourself means clapping for your own victories, even when no one else claps. It means celebrating yourself, even in empty rooms. Consider daily friendships. You may have a friend who only calls you when they need something. They drain your energy, dump their problems, take your comfort, and walk away without asking how you're doing. And maybe for a long time you tolerated it because you wanted to be a good friend. But choosing yourself means recognizing when someone values your presence only for their convenience. It means saying, "I will no longer abandon myself just to keep someone else comfortable." It means walking away from the people who come to you only in their darkness but disappear in your light. Think about relationships. How often someone loves the idea of you but not the reality of you. They love you when you're giving, but they vanish when you're hurting. They admire your strength but run from your vulnerability. And when they leave, you start questioning your own value. You wonder if you weren't enough, if you didn't try hard enough, if maybe you were too much, or maybe you weren't anything at all. But choosing yourself means understanding this truth. Their inability to love you does not make you unlovable. Their blindness does not make you invisible. Their silence does not erase your worth. Someone not choosing you is not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of their capacity in your daily life. Even at work, you might show effort, loyalty, creativity, and commitment. You might put in late hours, solve problems quietly, and push through when others give up. But still, someone else gets the recognition. Someone else gets the praise. Someone else gets the spotlight. But choosing yourself means refusing to let their lack of acknowledgement diminish the fire inside you. Choosing yourself means knowing your work matters, even if the world is too distracted to notice. It means reminding yourself, I am enough because I exist, not because they see me. Choosing yourself is not selfishness, it is self-respect. It is self-survival. It is self-honoring. It is waking up every morning and declaring, I deserve the love I expect from others. It is understanding that you cannot pour from an empty heart. It is taking care of your mind, your body, your emotions, your spirit, even when others don't understand why you're setting boundaries. A person who chooses themselves does not ask for permission to rest. They do not apologize for protecting their peace. They do not justify why they walked away from someone who repeatedly hurt them. They understand that sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is distance. Think about small daily examples. When you say no to plans because you need rest, when you ignore a message because your mind is overwhelmed, when you delete a conversation because your heart is tired, when you decide not to argue because your peace is priceless. These are small choices, but they are powerful. They are the ways you show the universe that you value yourself. Choosing yourself means trusting your instincts. That feeling you get when something is wrong, that's your soul protecting you. That discomfort you feel around certain people, that's your intuition saying you deserve better. Every time you ignore your own intuition to satisfy others, you lose a piece of yourself. But when you finally begin to trust that inner voice, everything shifts. You start attracting people who respect you. You start noticing opportunities that fit you. You start seeing yourself clearly without needing anyone else's validation. You were not born to be an option. You were not born to chase love, approval, or attention. You were born with value already woven into your existence. And every time someone forgets your worth, you must remember it louder. Choosing yourself even when others forget your worth is the ultimate proof that you know who you are, even when the world does not. Walk away from noise that shakes your spirit, because not every sound that reaches your ears is meant to be absorbed by your soul. Some noise exists only to distract you, to drain you, to confuse you, to pull you away from your path. Noise comes in many forms: people, conversations, environments, expectations, and even your own thoughts. And if you're not careful, that noise can bury your inner peace beneath layers of doubt and chaos. Walking away is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the strength to protect your inner calm from a world that often feeds on chaos. Think about the noise of negativity. You meet people every day who wake up with complaints as their first language. They complain about life, about others, about themselves, about opportunities they never took, about conditions they never tried to change. You could be shining, growing, elevating, and still they will tell you why it won't work. If you keep listening, their noise becomes a weight on your shoulders. But the moment you walk away from their negativity, you feel lighter. That feeling of relief is your soul exhaling. It's your spirit saying, finally, I can breathe again. Noise can also be disguised as opinions. Everyone has something to say about your choices, what you should do, who you should be, how you should live. You might tell someone your dream, and instead of encouragement, you receive fear dressed as advice. It's too risky, it's too difficult, maybe this isn't for you. But remember, people project their limitations onto others. Their noise reflects their mindset, not your potential. Walk away from opinions that shrink your vision. Some dreams are too sacred to be shared with small minds. Consider the noise in your daily environment. Imagine sitting in a room full of arguments, unresolved conflict, or people thriving on drama. The tension becomes a physical heaviness. You don't need to be involved. Just being present drains your spirit. Walking away is choosing peace over pride. It's saying, this is not my energy, this is not my battle. My spirit is not meant to dwell in noise that poisons my mind. And when you step out of that environment, you will feel the shift, the clarity returning, the peace settling, the mind becoming still again. Think of the noise that comes from comparisons. Social media fills your screen with perfect lives, perfect homes, perfect relationships, perfect bodies, perfect achievements, and suddenly, without meaning to, your own life feels small. Your progress feels slow. Your blessings feel invisible. But all of this is noise. None of it reflects truth. None of it reflects the hidden struggles behind those perfect images. Walk away from the noise of comparison. Comparison steals joy silently, but walking away from it restores confidence powerfully. Noise can also come from familiar people, people you love. Sometimes it's a family member who criticizes everything you do. Sometimes it's a friend whose jealousy hides behind jokes. Sometimes it's a partner who belittles your growth because your success threatens their comfort. Painfully, even love can become noise when it hurts more than it heals. Walking away doesn't mean you stop loving them. It means you stop losing yourself for them. It means choosing silence over suffering, distance over disrespect, peace over pretending. Think about your inner noise, the thoughts that circle your mind late at night, the replaying of conversations, the worry about the future, the guilt about the past, the fear of failure. That noise is often louder than anything outside. You might lie awake thinking, did I do enough? Am I enough? What if things go wrong? These whispers can shake your spirit more violently than any person's words. But walking away from this noise means redirecting your focus. Instead of feeding fear, you feed faith. Instead of replaying mistakes, you practice gratitude. Instead of overthinking, you breathe deeply and remind yourself, I am still learning, and learning is enough. You walk away mentally, not by ignoring your thoughts, but by choosing thoughts that lift instead of break you. Noise appears in the smallest daily moments. When someone argues unnecessarily, you walk away. When someone mocks your dreams, you walk away. When someone interrupts your peace with drama, you walk away. When someone tries to drag you into gossip, you walk away. Each step you take away from noise is a step toward a better version of yourself. And each step strengthens your spirit, makes your mind clearer, makes your heart lighter. Walking away is not about giving up. It is about rising above. It is about choosing maturity over madness. It is about understanding that not every battle deserves your energy. Not every voice deserves your attention, and not every person deserves a place in your heart. Walking away is saying, my peace matters, my mental health matters, my spirit matters more than winning arguments or proving points. Look at the people who truly grow, artists, leaders, creators, healers. They all have one thing in common. They protect their focus by walking away from noise. They choose silence when the world screams. They choose depth when the world stays shallow. They choose purpose when people choose chaos. And their lives blossom because of this discipline. You become unstoppable when you learn to walk away, not because you are cold, not because you are heartless, but because you finally understand that your spirit cannot thrive in noise that was never meant for you. Let your positivity be a quiet power, not a loud performance, because true strength does not scream for attention. It moves in silence, shaping lives, softening hearts, and transforming your world from the inside out. Real positivity is not about pretending, posing, or performing. It's not about posting smiles for the world to approve. Real positivity is the whisper inside you that says, even in darkness, I will find my light. It's the strength to keep going, not because life is easy, but because you refuse to surrender to the heaviness around you. Quiet power is the kind that cannot be faked. Anyone can smile for a picture, but not everyone can smile at life when everything feels like it's falling apart. Quiet positivity is how you carry yourself when no one is watching. It's the patience you show when your day is heavy. It's the grace you offer when someone disappoints you. It's the hope you hold on to when everything around you tells you to give up. Think of the early morning when you wake up tired but still whisper a small thank you to life. No one sees it. No one applauds it. Yet it is one of the greatest acts of strength. That quiet gratitude is a power that reshapes your entire day. It turns chaos into clarity, worry into calm, and fear into faith. This is the type of positivity that doesn't need noise. It simply needs you. In your daily life, you meet people who announce their positivity as if trying to convince the world. They speak loudly about being happy, being healed, being confident, yet fall apart the moment life becomes difficult. That's because their positivity is a performance, not a foundation. But look at the people who remain calm in storms, who smile softly at challenges, who keep their faith alive even in confusion. They carry a quiet power that inspires others without trying. Their energy speaks louder than their words. Think about the times when someone tried to push you into negativity. Perhaps a coworker dragged you into go. Sip, or a friend tried to pull you into drama, or someone insulted you just to see you lose your composure, if you responded with calmness, if you chose silence over shouting, peace over pettiness, you exercised quiet power, you showed strength without raising your voice. That kind of power is unforgettable. Even the person who tried to shake you will remember your calm more than anything else. Positivity is not about ignoring problems, it's about facing them with courage. It's the quiet voice inside you that says, I will not let this break me. Imagine a day when everything goes wrong. Your plans fall apart, people misunderstand you, your efforts go unnoticed. A loud positivity would tell you to pretend, but quiet positivity allows you to feel the disappointment, breathe through it, and rise again stronger. Quiet power doesn't deny pain, it transforms it. Think of real-life examples around you. The mother who smiles at her children even when she's exhausted. That is quiet power. The friend who lifts others up even when her own heart is hurting. That is quiet power. The student who studies in silence despite family pressure, fear, or stress. That is quiet power. The worker who keeps showing up, doing their best without complaining about how hard the journey is. That is quiet power. These are not performances. These are acts of resilience. Quiet positivity is choosing to see beauty even in ordinary moments. It's noticing the small things. A cup of tea after a long day, a gentle breeze, a kind message, a sunset at the end of a difficult week. It's finding hope in the smallest signs. It's refusing to let negativity poison your heart. You don't need to announce your joy to the world. You simply live it, breathe it, and let it flow through you. Sometimes positivity is as simple as giving yourself grace, forgiving yourself for past mistakes, allowing yourself to rest with guilt. Speaking kindly to yourself in moments of weakness, encouraging yourself when no one else does. These gentle acts of self-love create the strongest foundation for peace. Quiet positivity can be seen in how you treat others. When someone is rude to you and you choose empathy instead of retaliation, that is quiet power. When someone is struggling and you offer help without broadcasting it to the world, that is quiet power. When you uplift others in silence, when you pray for people without them knowing, when you love without shouting, that is quiet power. Because loud positivity fades, quiet positivity transforms. Think about nature. The sun does not shout to warm the earth, it simply rises. The flower does not scream to be seen, it simply blooms. The river does not announce its strength, it simply flows. This is the type of positivity you must carry, steady, gentle, powerful, and deeply rooted within. Let your positivity be the calm in someone's storm, the warmth in someone's cold day, the soft voice that says, you're going to be okay. And let it also be the anchor that keeps you steady when life shakes you. Not for praise, not for recognition, but because it is who you are becoming. A person whose inner strength speaks louder than any performance ever could. Stay rooted in gratitude. It will soften your storms. Because gratitude is not just a polite thank you. It is a quiet revolution happening inside your soul. It is the anchor that holds you steady when life tries to sweep you away. Gratitude does not erase your struggles, but it changes the way you carry them. It turns heaviness into hope, chaos into clarity, and storms into lessons. When you choose gratitude, you choose a strength that grows deeper than fear, louder than pain, and more powerful than any darkness that tries to break you. Life will test you. It will shake you. It will throw moments at you that feel unfair, unexpected, and unbearable. But gratitude whispers, even here, there is something to hold on to. When you stay rooted in gratitude, storms no longer destroy you, they reshape you. Think of the mornings when you wake up and everything feels wrong. Maybe you didn't sleep enough. Responsibilities weigh on your mind, or yesterday's pain is still sitting heavy in your chest. In that moment, your mind wants to spiral. But the moment you say thank you for another day, something shifts. Your breathing softens, your heart steadies. Gratitude becomes the first light that enters your mind before the world's noise gets in. It doesn't fix everything, but it gives you the strength to face everything. Consider the small, ordinary moments in your daily life that you often overlook. The meal you eat, the water you drink, the roof above your head, the comfort of a warm shower after a long day, the ability to walk, to breathe, to see, to think. These things seem small until you no longer have them. Gratitude turns these ordinary moments into miracles. And when your eyes learn to see miracles in the everyday, storms lose the power to blind you. Think about your relationships. Sometimes people hurt you, disappoint you, leave you, or take you for granted. It's easy to focus on what went wrong, on the pain they caused, on the wound still healing. But gratitude teaches you to also see what you gained. Maybe their exit made space for better people. Maybe their betrayal taught you boundaries. Maybe their absence helped you discover your own strength. Gratitude doesn't deny the pain. It transforms it into wisdom. It helps you say, I'm grateful for what it taught me. Even if it hurt, in moments of failure, gratitude becomes your quiet teacher. Imagine working hard on something, your studies, a job, a dream, only to fail. The easy reaction is frustration, shame, or giving up. But gratitude says, I learned something here, I grew here, I survived this moment, and surviving is also a victory. Failure cannot crush a heart rooted in gratitude. Instead, it becomes motivation for your next rise. Think about the storms that come from within. Stress, anxiety, overthinking, emotional pain. These storms can be louder than anything outside. But even here, gratitude works like a soft hand on your shoulder saying, look at how far you've already come. Gratitude reminds you that you've survived harder days than the one you're in now. It tells you that you're stronger than your thoughts, braver than your fears, and more capable than you give yourself credit for. Gratitude shows up in the smallest decisions. When you choose to smile at a stranger, when you send a kind message to a friend, when you breathe deeply instead of reacting quickly, when you take a walk just to appreciate the sky, these small acts become powerful shields during hard times. Gratitude creates a protection around your heart, a softness that does not weaken you, but strengthens you. Think of the mother who has little but still finds joy in her children's laughter. Think of the student who struggles but remains grateful for the chance to learn. Think of the person working long hours who still says, thank you for the opportunity to grow. These people are not blind to their struggles. They are just rooted in gratitude. And because of that, their storms cannot break them. Gratitude also changes your relationships with others. When you're grateful for people, you treat them with more love, patience, and understanding. You notice the small gestures, the smile someone gave you tea, he helped someone offered, the time someone spent listening to you. And when you express gratitude, it strengthens bonds, deepens connections, and spreads warmth that others can feel. But the most important gratitude you practice is for yourself. Thank yourself for surviving every disappointment you thought would destroy you. Thank yourself for showing up even when your heart was tired. Thank yourself for growing, healing, learning, and becoming someone wiser. Gratitude toward yourself builds confidence and self-love that no storm can wash away. Gratitude does not mean your life is perfect. It means you're choosing to see the beauty in the imperfect. It means that even in pain you can feel hope, even in loss you can feel growth, even in uncertainty you can feel strength. Gratitude is the lens that reveals light even in the darkest room. It softens your storms because it shifts your focus from what is breaking to what is building. It transforms your heart from fragile to powerful, from fearful to peaceful, from overwhelmed to grounded. Stay rooted in gratitude, and life will bend with the wind instead of breaking against it. And now, as we reach the edge of this moment, let me leave you with words that are not just meant to be heard, but to be felt deep within your bones. Life will continue to test you. The storms will rise again, the whispers will return, and the doubts will knock at your door. But remember this, you are not fragile, you are a force. You are not ordinary, you are extraordinary. You were never placed on this earth to shrink. You were placed here to rise, to shine, and to become the masterpiece you were always meant to be. Every challenge you face is a doorway. Every pain you feel is a teacher. Every moment of loneliness is an opportunity to meet the truest version of yourself. Do not fear the fire, for it is forging the strength you did not know you possessed. Do not fear the silence, for in it, your soul speaks louder than any words ever could. And do not fear walking alone, for the journey to greatness often begins in solitude. As one great soul once said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And the way you make yourself feel, confident, empowered, alive, is the foundation of the life you are building. Rise even when the world doubts you. Rise even when your heart is heavy. Rise because the light inside you is more powerful than any darkness you will face. Remember, you may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Let every setback, every wound, every whisper of discouragement be fuel to propel you higher. You are not defined by your failures. You are defined by your courage to stand after falling, to try again, and to claim your power with unwavering determination. Walk with grace, even when the path is rough. Speak with truth, even when others lie. Love fiercely, even when it is difficult. Protect your peace, because it is sacred. And above all, choose yourself every single day. When you choose yourself, you set the standard for how the world will treat you. You teach people that your time, your energy, and your spirit are priceless. As the great voices of history have reminded us, we delight in the beauty of the butterfly but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. Embrace your transformation, even if it is painful, because it is creating the masterpiece that is your life. Never forget that your journey is unique. Comparison is a thief of joy, and other people's opinions do not define your worth. What defines you is your courage, your persistence, your ability to rise when everything around you tells you to fall. Keep your head high, keep your heart open, and keep moving forward. The whispers of doubt may persist, but your soul's fire is louder. You were not born to settle, to hesitate, or to hide. You were born to shine brightly, to move boldly, and to leave a mark that will be remembered long after you have passed. And so let your life be a declaration that you will no longer be small, that you will no longer wait for permission to be great, that you will no longer let fear control your destiny. Stand firm in your power. Hold your head high, for you are magnificent. Walk your path with purpose, for you are unstoppable. Speak your truth with confidence, for you are a force the world cannot ignore. And let your heart be fearless, for you are a light that no darkness can extinguish. Rise now, shine now, live now, because the universe is waiting for the brilliance that only you can bring. Remember always, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Let this be your anthem. Let this be your promise to yourself. And as you step forward into every tomorrow, carry these truths with you. You are worthy, you are powerful, you are meant to rise higher than you have ever imagined.